Congratulations, Stephanie. So, moving along in old business, are there any further nominations for the first-year commuter representative position? Okay, seeing none, if you do have any, as always, send them along to Parliamentarian Gladys, and she would be happy to get in touch with the nominee. With that, we'll move into new business. Ooh, people on top of the game. Representative Legman. Granted. Vice President Vaughn.
I would like to move to open nominations for engineering, weatherhead, and arts and sciences. Can I do that all at the same time?
There isn't an open weatherhead representative
Oh,
position,
sorry.
so no.
No. So can I open nominations for engineering and arts and sciences?
Yes. So nominations are reopened for engineering as we still have 2 vacancies. Nominations are now open for arts and sciences as well. We have 1 vacancy at the moment, and we will have another starting at the beginning of next semester. So with that, are there any nominations for, we'll start with engineering. Are there any further nominations for engineering representative? Representative Lambert?
I'd like to nominate Carrie Martinez. If you need to know how to spell her name, I can talk to you later.
Yeah.
Secretary Digby?
I'd like to nominate Alexis Shope.
Further nominations for engineering representative? Okay, seeing none, if you have any, send them along to Parliamentarian Gladys over the break. Nominations for arts and sciences representative. Vice President Vaughn.
Cassie Stewart.
And again, for all of these nominations, they can be freshmen now, since these elections will be occurring next semester. So are there any further nominations for arts and sciences representative? Representative Thompson?
Wes Peters.
Vice President Williams?
Sorry, just to clarify, do the freshmen have to be declared? Okay.
I'm getting a nod, yes. Okay. Sure.
I nominate Sujin Yi for the nursing caucus.
Any more nominations for any of the positions? Okay. Again, send them along to Parliamentarian Gladys over the break. With that, we're done with new business as well for tonight. So as long as there's not something I'm forgetting, then we will move into committee reports. To kick things off, President Hale for the Executive Committee.
Good evening, GA. I'm happy to have made one meeting on time this semester. Woo woo. Be that a standard for everyone. I think the big thing that's worth talking about is, of course, the exec's finance project. Take a peek in the report. It's kind of split between the 2 pages, but we adopted sort of 4 things we're committing to create, I guess. Being that we're going to segment events between big events and small events and give more attention to the big events and give more flexibility to the small events. So think like, a cultural show is probably a big event, a general body meeting is probably a small event, or excuse me, 3 points that we committed to. Going entirely electronic or paper and stop straddling the line between you have to submit a receipt, but you also have to fill out a bunch of stuff online and you don't know when or where to print things out. And then also consolidating our internal resources, hearing a lot of the treasurer's experience about using, Dropbox, Excel, and Spartan Link, trying to figure out a way that we're all in one place and minimizing any interaction with anything except one system. So that's what we're working on for the next 2 months. The way we went about fact-finding was with work groups that were solely members of exec. I'd like to, in building up the work groups for going after these 3 points, include members from the assembly, and also members that are student org leaders and students that aren't student org leaders. So I'll probably be tugging on a few of you guys to get involved with these, or to let me know about people who you think might be good fits from outside the assembly. So please help me out in shooting me a few names when I ask for that. Co-sponsorships are on there. I think we did pretty good. We're short on the budget for this semester. There are only 2 more things I wanted to talk about. So switching gears a little bit, as president, I sort of have like a weird privilege. Maybe it's not weird, but it's a privilege to be invited to a lot of meetings, to get to sit in on a lot of stuff that other folks don't get to sit on just purely by virtue of the title. I'm probably not at all qualified to be in those places because I have no idea what's going on half the time. But because of that, I collect a lot of information. I hear a lot of stuff. I try to synthesize, what's going on at the university. Where's the big movement at the university? Because the reason I care about that is I'm all about impact. I think this organization can have a lot of impact on the student experience. And I think the way we maximize our impact is by building on the movement that's going on elsewhere in the university. So big words, little idea. So I think there's two places where we're kind of missing the boat. And I think if we were to focus our efforts there, we could have big impact this year. But this is just me relaying what I've heard in the wind. It's up to you guys to decide whether or not you want to vote your time to it, because I've got other stuff to do. The first is room reservations. With the transformation of the heart of campus, the building up of the building of the student center, staff are clamoring for a new reservation system. The problem is it costs money and someone has to break the ice. So I don't see why we couldn't be the ones to break the ice and say this is something we want, and do a lot of the background work and research to come up with something cool and say to the school, along with the new student center, we want a new room reservation system that's really enabling to students. And I think as a side effect, staff would like that too, because it would likely be enabling to staff as well. The second is course evaluations. This is something that sort of trickled the other way. So if room reservation is something that trickled up from staff and is making its way up through the administration to the board, this has come the other way. The board is considering the use of course evaluations sort of in the wake of the recent change to add advising to be a criteria. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about? Maybe not. Well, anyway, advising is now a criteria for judging professors, and it's now included in course evaluations, mentorship, stuff like that. But I feel like we could piggyback on that and now say, well, we want a new system that actually enables that. So 2 things for you guys to I wanted to put a worm in your ear, let you know what's in the big wind, and maybe you guys decide to jump on it, or you say they're too big of a project, or we've got something else in mind. But yeah, points.
Any questions for President Hale? Representative Christofferson?
No, not that I know of. I think SIS is actually pretty solid. It's got some cool tools, aka the what if report. It's what I used like my first 3 years.
Any other questions? Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys. The sweaters are sharp for the handful of folks that are in them. But yeah.
Okay. Student Life Committee, Vice President Vaughn.
Thank you. So I'm going to start off by, instead of having a student life committee member of the bye week, we have a student life committee member of the semester, which is big news. So yeah, drum roll. The student life committee member of the semester is Daniel Giannini. Congratulations. Dan has really impressed me and the rest of the committee, I think, in his work with Grab It and Bag It, and he's made some progress on making it sustainable, and we expect much more progress as we discussed yesterday. So that'll all be coming to you guys next semester. So he's done a really wonderful job, so congratulations. Also, tomorrow we are going to get student opinion on vegetarian options in Leutner and Fribley from 6 to 7, basically. We're splitting it up into shifts, and we want to have 3 people during each of those times at each of the locations, so 6 total, and we do need more people to help us with that. So if you are available at any of those times, and you don't have to have a meal plan because you can just come in and not eat and get student opinion, that would be wonderful. And if you could come talk to me or Meghna after GA to tell us if you're available at those times. And please wear your USG polo. Other than that, everything else is in the board report. Do you guys have any questions? Yes.
So you mentioned the bag it and grab it thing. I was wondering if there was
Yes, Baggett already has utensil dispensers, and Grab It is having them as soon as possible. You're welcome.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you, Vice President Vaughn. For public relations, I believe Representative Brown-Graves will be standing in for Vice President Gallo tonight.
Oh, hello there. Hello, Bears. I didn't know that I was going to start recording. I was just catching up on my bylaws. I recommend you do the same. While I have you here, I'd like to apologize for not being in GA tonight. I'm currently at dinner for my birthday. However, my PR committee members will be presenting my board report, and I know that they will be able to answer any and all questions you have. In addition to that, as you will find out in a minute or two, there is a little special something at the end of the board report, so make sure to pay attention. Finally, I'd just like to wish everyone good luck on their finals. I know you all can do well. I hope you all do well. And it's my birthday wish for you all to do well, so you better make it happen. With that, I'd like to defer the rest of my time to my committee members. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice night.
No. For reference, if you're ever going to miss a GA, that is the best way to send in an excused absence or a request for an excuse for an absence.
All right, guys. Hi, real quick. To go over what PR has been working on. Just a couple points. So the newsletter is going to be going out tonight. Like we're waiting on 1 or 2 committee reports. So contact Dan if you haven't sent those in. I think we're pretty much got them all. Twing study over, which is going to be awesome. It's coming up on the 9th. We're going to be giving out hot cocoa and notepads. So come and participate. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get a lot of hot chocolate. And the notepads are cool too. They're customized for USG. So wear your I am shirts if you're going to be coming. Also, we have sign-ups that have been sent out. Sign up if you can be participating as a USG representative. And then the moderator, we're going to be going through the moderator because we've got a lot of really, really good comments, and we're going to be splitting them up into what committee they go with and then sending that out to the respective committee. All right, so moving on. Dan wanted me to do this little game. If you want to pull up the presentation real quick. He feels like nobody listens to him. So we're going to see out of his special notices at the end of each board report, fun facts, how we've been doing. So, first question, if you want to move on. And we're going to be doing this by iClicker. So this is kind of on, we're going to trust you guys. We're going to see however many people got it right. And then they're going to move on. It's going to be those that get the first answer correct move on to the second round. It's an elimination process. The last 8 standing get a prize. Okay. So these are some good questions. Be prepared. All right, so question number 1. The Washington Monthly ranks colleges on their contribution to the public good in social mobility, research, and service. What place did CWRU receive nationally? Vote now. This is exciting. All right. I think that's everyone. How many? Let's see. All right. Consensus is C with how many people? 25. Not bad. All right. Move. You want to go to the next slide? Well, the next slide has the answer. Yay! Good. So 25. Can I get a show of hands those 25 people? I trust you guys. So those 25, we should have 25 votes for the next question. All right, elimination. All right, question number 2. CWRU researchers discovered the protein KLF15. What does this do for the body? A, B, C, or D? This was week 3. All right, we got our 25 votes. Oh! All right, well this is exciting. Was that yours, Daniel? Shame. Shame. All right, well, let's display and see how many people got it right. All right, with how many people? 19. All right. So yes, B is correct. So those 19, can I get a show of hands? And I'm gonna remember every person. All right, we have 19 people. I know who you are. All right, question number 3. This is a tough one. So at the beginning of October, what was the jobless rate of people under 25 in Greece and Spain? So we had the statistics for both countries, and they were both within one of these ranges. Yeah. All right. Can we maybe reset this real quick and vote one more quick time with the 19 people? I want to see 19 votes, people. Please. All right. All right, display. This is bad. All right, ooh, 10 people. No. The last one was B. Oh, and did you vote? All right, yes, so moving on. C was correct. So 10 people, can I get a show of hands who voted right?
There's 11 people with their
11
hands
people
up right
raising
now.
their hand. All right. Well, it's top 8. So this is when it gets down to business. All right. Can we get the 10 people to stand up? That's a good idea. And we're going to let's show of hands for the vote for this next question. So you can set down your clicker. All right. So question number 4. Let's keep our Are you gonna bandwagon? That's the question. So question number 4. On October 14th, Felix Bachmann jumped from the edge of the stratosphere in an attempt to break Mach 1. How high is the stratosphere? It's a lot of miles. All right, the 10 people, close your eyes, if that's what you guys want. 12 miles, A, 12 miles. B, 16 miles. C, 20 miles. D, 24 miles. E, are you abstaining? Someone didn't raise their hand. It's okay. All right. So the correct answer is D. Ooh. So we'll have those that voted C and D, which were 8 people, because they were the closest to the correct answer, get a prize. But those who voted C? 4 people, and then 4 people voted D, correct? Okay, so those 4 people are still standing for D, and those that C get a prize. Oh, actually, well, yeah. So now we have 4. So, yay, we have our winners, those 8 things. Perfect. Well, that works. So see me after. I have energy drinks, ramen noodles, and boxes of candy. And you get to choose. So the first, those that got D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got them. All right. So another couple quick things. Dan's into this kind of stuff. So we had a week where we talked about this super Earth-like planet that may have liquid water, right? Next slide. We talked about Coca-Cola and other things. All right, so today's fact, pot valency means brave only as result of being drunk. Fun fact of the day. The origin comes from pot being as a drinking cup and valency deriving from the verb valer and to be strong. So fun fact. Maybe you guys have some friends that are pot valents. Final thought. Yeah, so thank you, Dan Gallo, and that'll be the end of the report. Cheers.
Hey, are there any questions for PR committee? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move along to IT committee, Vice President Brown.
Hi all, I unfortunately don't have an entire PowerPoint of fun facts, but what I do have instead is a quick update on the printers, which I know you guys love dearly on campus. So IT committee has made a recommendation to Student Affairs IT to have the new printer here system installed over winter break. So hopefully when we come back through winter break, assuming everything goes through legal and purchasing smoothly, we should have new printers. So some of the new features that we're looking at, some of the new features that are likely to be here are color printing in for most of the areas, as well as cloud printing. So look forward to new features with printing. So, and then on one more update, in the past couple of months, there have been issues with some Google apps relating to Internet Explorer on the kiosk computers. So this has been fixed. So they're still running IE, so you're not getting Chrome anytime soon, unfortunately. But they do work perfectly with all Chrome-based apps now. So I'm open to points. Yes. So there's a multitude of reasons for Google Chrome, but for the most part, it's a security issue for the university on the way that Chrome updates. So it's unlikely to be updated anytime soon. So that's the reason we don't have Chrome or Firefox. So.
Any other questions for Vice President Brown? Okay, seeing none, thank you very much. Vice President Williams for Finance.
So I bet you guys didn't notice what was missing tonight. Anybody notice what was missing tonight? The bills. We didn't have any finance committee bills. You're welcome. Happy holidays. We will be getting back up. We'll have a couple right when we get back. So, you know, it's kind of my early holiday gift to you, whatever holiday that is. There's some numbers there. Of course, we got through mass funding, so good job on that. But in an effort to further the finance committee's impact in kind of forwarding our mission, I would like tonight to present the first ever finance committee theater presentation for dynamic rolling funding. And for that, I will need 4 of our trustee committee volunteers to come forward to demonstrate the new dynamic rolling funding system, which you can find on the back of your agenda right here. This is the story of 3 organizations: the Cheese Club, the Speaker McKee Fan Club, and It's a Texas Thing, Y'all Club. All 3 have big plans for the upcoming semester. The Cheese Club has been allocated $500 for its annual Cheese-a-thon. The Speaker McKee Fan Club has been allocated $200 to celebrate the namesakes of their organization's birthday. The It's a Texas Thing Y'all Club has received $3,000 for its annual barbecue, real barbecue from Texas, that is. As the three organizations enter the semester, they begin to make some realizations. The Cheese Club needs more money as the cheese prices have gone way up. The Speaker McKee Fan Club realizes too late that they completely mistook the date of Matt's birthday and can no longer hold the event. The Texas Club has received a significant discount on their barbecue and no longer needs part of their funding. Under the current system, the Cheese Club could simply ask for more money in rolling funding. But what about the unused money from the Speaker McKee Fan Club and the Texas Club? And what if the rolling funding has all been allocated? What should we do? And that's where dynamic rolling funding comes in. With the new system for dynamic rolling funding, we see several key improvements made. First, upon discovering that they no longer need any of their funding, with a simple email, the Speaker McKee Fan Club can cancel their event and that money will be returned to the rolling funding pool. Any group, including their own, can request that money during rolling funding. Next, 2 weeks after the conclusion of their event, the Texas Club, in true Texan hospitality and generosity, will notify the USG treasurer, and they will take the unused funds, in this case $659.23, and prompt the USG VP of Finance to remove that money back to the rolling funding pool. Finally, the Cheese Club, in order to pull off the largest cheese-a-thon in the history of CWRU, can now request the money that they need. As the semester goes, the Cheese Club discovers that a last-minute coupon and goes under budget by $100. And this money is also returned back to dynamic rolling funding. The Speaker McKee Fan Club, realizing that they can still celebrate Matt's quarter birthday, requests $75 for another meeting. They hold the event all thanks to the fact that the unused money from other groups returned into the USG dynamic rolling funding budget instead of simply sitting in their account until May when it becomes part of the rollover. And that is the beauty of dynamic rolling funding, and all three groups are incredibly happy. Thank you. If you see them on future movies or stuff, you know right where they got their start. So with that, as you can see, we have the full kind of the full policy here. This is what this is at its heart is meant to do, is to get more money back into the hands of student organizations, that hopefully next semester when we go to create the budget, not only will we have an easier time calculating what our rollover could be, but we'll also be able to know that we can get this money back into student organizations' hands. And that's what's going to be really awesome about this, that student organizations who, for example, right now we're out of rolling funding, they can now request, they could have requested money this past week. So you could have had a bill if we had dynamic rolling funding. So with that, we're trying to make this as seamless for the groups as possible. We obviously realize that there will be a PR issue to this, that we want to make sure that the message is not that we're taking groups' money away, but that we are making more money available for everybody. So this is something that our finance committee liaisons will be working hard with at the beginning of next semester to let the groups know about this and to educate the groups about this. So with that, I'm more than happy to answer any questions about this. So, yes.
So with a perfect dynamic rolling funding, would there be no rollover at the end of a semester?
I mean, I guess if you were to do absolute perfectly, yes. If all the groups were able to spend all the money that they were allocated, yes. My guess is that we'll probably have some money left over at the end. In a perfect system, we would have gotten rid of the money this way with regular rolling funding. But
Representative Shaw?
So you made a statement about reallocations. I was wondering if you could just speak about that, because I don't understand what you're doing.
Sure. So what we've done is that we're getting rid of the reallocation process as it stands. That as it stands, the reallocation is our only paper form that we use for submitting requests. And we've also now gotten at least 3 or 4 different versions of it that date back to at least 3 or 4 years ago. And so we're just having a bunch of issues with it. So what this is supposed to do is to get rid of that process that you're only ever requesting new money. And that if, for example, you have a future event that you know you're not going to spend money for, you let us know, we'll put that right back into the rolling funding pool, and that money is there. So,
Representative Giannini.
So in that skit, you showed the one group emailing USG, but then here it says that if they don't file disbursement within 2 weeks, then we'll just automatically know. So how much does it rely on groups emailing us, and how much is it just automatic?
I'm gonna be working with Internal Development Chair Tom Dooner to set up a very reliable email and communication system. That, for example, the week before they'll send the group an email. The day of they'll send a group an email. Week out send a group an email, just to constantly remind the officers, hey, get your receipts in. And at any point, if they need additional time, just let us know. That we're more than happy to provide that. We just want to keep to this as much as possible. Correct. We will of course work with the groups in that, given that I doubt we will ever get rid of all of our rolling funding, my guess we'll have a little bit of wiggle room there in order, so if a group does come to us 2 months later and says, you know, we just had all this happening, we'll probably be able to work with them.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you, Vice President Williams. If you do have any further questions on that, feel free to email Colin over the next few weeks. I'm sure he'd be happy to get you in the know fully before next semester. Moving along in committee reports, Vice President Fitch for Academic Affairs.
Hey everyone, sorry we don't have a skit for Academic Affairs, we're not that cool. But we've been working on a bunch of stuff over the semester, like the course repeat, GPA restart. We're still following up on that, but mostly that seems to be pretty set. We had a couple of different things like pop up over the semester, like the nursing students getting to the community clinicals and their transportation concerns, working on that. All the course evaluation changes that are occurring. Right now they're still at just the statement of purpose stage, but hopefully they'll get that in by next semester. And like the biolab concerns, but hopefully we can get these wrapped up by the end of this next coming semester, and we'll get them to a good stopping point by the end of this semester. And we'll be working on ways to advertise all these changes to the student body to make sure everyone's aware of all these policy changes. Any questions?
Any questions for Vice President Fitch? Okay, seeing none, thank you, Vice President Fitch.
Also, if you need a polo, like for Patrick's thing, or if you just haven't gotten one yet, missed retreat, I'll stop by the office after this and help you guys get them.
Okay, other officer reports? Anything from the treasurers this evening? Treasurer Ridgway.
I would just do it from right here. Just remind all your student groups that their disbursements are due. We're getting a lot in, so just keep bringing them in. There's dates that we set. One has passed. If you act really nicely, we'll let it slide. Just make sure you get it in by the end of the semester so us and Susie don't have a terrible week after finals. Thanks.
Any questions for the treasurers? Representative Giannini?
Now, since we have a lot, it might take up 2 to 3 weeks, maybe up to 6 weeks.
Any other questions for the treasurers? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move along to my little report. I don't have any more scheduled office hours. Shoot me an email if you want to meet and talk during finals. I have lots of free time to grab coffee or food or smoothies or whatever. And I'd love to talk, as always, about anything USG, school, or just life related. So hit me up over finals. Second point is I am going to be working on the Speaker McKee fan club. So if you'd like to be a founding member, let me know. I'll see what we can do. That's all I have. Any questions for me? Okay. Oh, sorry, Representative Toomey.
How does one join the Speaker McKee fan club?
I will be working out those details shortly. Come see me after the meeting. That'd be great. Also, if you were just elected this evening, if you could please hang around for a few minutes so I could just chat with you really fast for just a minute, that'd be great. We're done with reports. Colleen's out here. So as on her behalf from a quick email, She wants to congratulate you on a really great semester of a lot of hard work for USG, and we have a whole nother semester coming up to get all of the other goals done that we've set and haven't yet accomplished. So relax and then come back excited for even more next semester. Any announcements? Vice President Brown.
So on behalf of Internal Development Chair Dooner, he wanted me to pass along to you guys that this Friday we are having a USG bonding night. So Colin is bringing his Wii U. We're buying a whole bunch of food. So come hang out in the USG office at 7 p.m. on Friday, and we'll be having a whole bunch of food. You guys can stay as long as you want. We'll have Wii U, board games. It'll be a ton of fun. So hope to see you guys then.
Representative Toomey.
And on Saturday, Big Games Club, your favorite sponsors of HVZ, will be hosting a game of Capture the Flag all across Northside. So get excited.
Vice President Fitch.
Twink Study Over is Sunday, December 9th at 8 p.m. There's be lots of food, lots of fun activities to do, and even USG booth.
Treasurer Ridgway.
Nacho Tuesday, 10 o'clock, just in case you forgot.
Vice President Vaughn.
How many people here are second years? Oh, good. So lots of people. If you're not familiar, the Second Year Leadership Institute, which is taking place on the Friday and Saturday of Martin Luther King weekend, the first weekend we get back, has signups by next Monday, December 10th. If you're interested in going to that, you can email me with any questions.
Any other announcements? President Hale.
The Spring General Assembly Retreat, execs set the date for February 2nd. So mark your guys' calendars down. It's a Saturday. I don't know if we have times yet, but block off the 2nd. We'll probably do, 3-4 hours on Saturday for our spring retreat. It's usually a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing you guys back for next semester. TBD.
Yeah. If it's anywhere you need to get to, there will be transportation to get you there. Any other announcements? Seeing none. Oh, Representative Brown-Graves.
Those 8 people come get your prizes.
Vice President Vaughn.
Move to adjourn.
Any dissent? Good luck on finals, guys.